You know the name. You know the legend. But the true terror of Pablo Escobar wasn't his violence, it was his money. At his peak, he controlled 80% of the global cocaine market, making him not just a criminal, but one of the wealthiest men in history. His Medellin cartel brought in an estimated $420 million per week, or about $1.5 million an hour, every day, relentlessly. This was a financial machine of unimaginable scale. This colossal, relentless inflow of cash created a singular, absurd problem. What do you physically do with so much cash that the banks won't touch? This is the financial true crime story of the world's first narco-billionaire. A story defined by the weight of billions, the cost of rubber bands, and the endless hunger of rats. Escobar's financial issue was purely logistical, a problem no legitimate CEO has ever faced. He had too much cash that was too heavy. The paper money itself weighed approximately 2,000 kilograms every month. Imagine the logistical nightmare of 2 tons of paper money needing to be transported, counted, and stored without leaving a paper trail. They couldn't use banks, they couldn't invest it openly. So, they buried it in the earth, stacked it in false walls of remote safe houses, and dumped it in abandoned, humid warehouses deep in the Colombian jungle. The bills were frequently ruined by water damage, mold, and humidity. It's estimated that he lost 10% of his annual fortune, around $2 billion, simply to decay, moisture, and rats eating the stacks because they were stored in damp, dark places for too long. His absurd solution to a simple organizational need? He needed $30,000 a month just for the thick, industrial-strength rubber bands necessary to bundle the money. This required a financial structure unlike any other legal business. Escobar hired his chief accountant, his brother Roberto Escobar, to manage the insane logistics. Roberto became the first person in history to try and manage an entirely cash-based, $3 billion business empire. Every transaction was physical, tracked by handwritten ledgers. Every transport of cash from the United States back to Colombia was a risk, often involving custom-built aircraft and submarines. The accountant's job was a race against time, record the money before it was destroyed by water or eaten by rodents. The true complexity lay in the supply chain, moving the tiny, high-value packages of cocaine north, and then managing the return journey of armored truckloads of low-value, high-volume cash back south. The constant pressure of counting, storing, and hiding these mountains of money drove his entire inner circle to the brink. They were prisoners of their own success. To protect this vulnerable criminal empire, Escobar needed political cover and public loyalty, a human shield. He began his famous Robin Hood campaign, an investment in social capital. He wasn't just a drug lord, he was a politician, buying public sentiment directly. He funded entire housing projects, built massive football fields, and opened new schools and hospitals in Medellin's poorest slums, most famously Barrio Pablo Escobar. This immense political capital allowed him to enter the Colombian Congress in 1982, achieving legitimate political status. He leveraged his money to buy his way into the system, seeking immunity and a shield against his greatest fear, extradition. His wealth became his political weapon, allowing him to challenge the entire Colombian judicial system, claiming that any persecution was an attack on the people he supported. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, wanted him. Escobar's single greatest fear was extradition to the United States, where his money meant nothing. He waged a brutal, decades-long war against the Colombian government simply to outlaw extradition. His ultimate, absurd move was negotiating the terms of his own surrender and the design of his own prison, La Catedral. La Catedral was less a prison and more a luxury fortress compound, with a waterfall, a football pitch, a bar, a casino, and fully functional office space. It was the world's most secure 5-star resort and, crucially, his tax deduction and business HQ. He controlled his operations from inside, holding luxurious parties and even committing new murders within its walls, proving that his financial power had made him untouchable even by the state's justice system. In the end, the money became entirely useless. As the cartel crumbled and the police closed in, Escobar became a pathetic fugitive, hiding in safe houses. He wasn't spending millions anymore, he was desperately trying to survive. One famous, chilling story tells of him burning approximately $2 million in cold, hard cash just to keep his daughter, Manuela, warm on a cold night while they were on the run. His downfall was swift and brutal, ending on December 2nd, 1993, on a rooftop in Medellin. The vast financial empire built on extreme logistical success was ultimately defeated, not by poverty, but by the relentless physical burden of the very billions he had accumulated. The real price of absolute power is paid in moldy bills, rubber bands, and the constant fear of discovery.